So there you go, oh, can't make a wife out of a hoe, oh, I'll never find the words to say I'm sorry, but I'm scared to be.
Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today it's very new. This aircraft is very new. So this is a Garuda 737-800 in the Pakai masker, which if I give you a zoom on the digitalized drawing, looks just like that. Over here. Now this was newly painted in about 2020. I think it was around mid-year 2020, so to speak. And released by Phoenix in this 1/100 scale version. Just in it was part of, I think, the December 2020 release, and well, my dealer had the last one, and well, he saved it for me. That's nice of him. And so here we are. Now it is a 737-800, do take note. Now so we get into the front. We're just going to do the front first. So the front, you can see at the bottom is some mountains and the Garuda logo and the registration PKGFK 1/400 scale. And you can see in the mountain backdrop is skies, blue skies, you know, and whatnot. Why not? Yeah. And then if you move to the left, to the right, flip to the side boxes. Now this is just gonna be a very simple one. Phoenix, and then the warning signs in English and Chinese. Another digitalized drawing with the Phoenix logo. This one just is a Phoenix logo and the Heart of Aviation. And then the Phoenix logo and digitalized drawing again. What I really want to focus on is the rear. Alright, yeah, it's a limited edition. Right? So you can see there is a few trademarks being shown. One, actually there's only one. You can zoom into here and you can see it's the Boeing trademark, and then there's your item number. You know. Yeah, so if you zoom out again, it says Ayo Pakai masker, which is to wear a mask together. It was a lot of campaign, you know, together with the Garuda Indonesia and the Indonesian government to encourage, you know, wearing of masks, because Indonesia sprouted with violence. So, you know, then there's the mask guy. I don't know, this is not part of it, but yeah, sure. Let's get into the unboxing. Alright guys, so now we have evolved into the unboxing. Now as per custom, we are going to go on the right side, Alright, now I'm just gonna pan my camera down. Alright, sorry. Alright, so now that we're down, what we're gonna do is from here, get again your plastic non-serrated knife. I think after this Garuda episode, I'm not gonna repeat this plastic knife, you know, because I find it's gonna be like making my mouth dry, and the episode's longer by about a few minutes. 1 second. So anyway, pull out the tab and push out. And the same goes for the other side. Stick it in and push out. Alright, so there we go. We open the box. Phoenix former logo. If I can zoom it, if I can focus it. Yeah. So what we look on the inside is a code saying 737-800-08. No, 737-800B. I think B standing for second gen 737 mode. That's my best guess. So yeah, now we're just gonna take it out. So here is what it looks like. Alright, typical, you know. Now what we're gonna do is now just gonna take off the plastic wrapping and casing. Now we can see from the image view that from my perspective is that the protective wrapping is on the top. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take out from the top. Alright, so we're gonna flip it to the bottom and take it out. That way we don't risk that plastic wrapping falling onto the casing and me not knowing what's gonna happen. So yeah, anyway, this is okay, it comes out perfectly. And then we're just gonna gently take it out. Okay. Alright, let's get a zoom on this. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Alright, now I'm just gonna move my plastic casings aside. Give me a sec. Alright, and let's get out my trusty apron board. Now we're just gonna lay it down as such. And I'm gonna look for the 737. Yep, I'm gonna just put the Garuda model on my stand, and then as we zoom in and see where is it. Oh, I think I may have found it here. Although it doesn't specify the variant number, because this is for wide bodies. Like, it's catered for wide bodies, so there isn't much variety there. Although in reality there is, depending on the airport and what airline serve and what terminal. So there we have it on the stand, first one. Now, today I didn't have my tug, and I also find that the tug is a bit, I'll give you that and another 737 review video, in which I can actually make a comparison on. Yep, so now let me just get the view lower and the zoom. Okay, so we're gonna start from, come on, stand. There we go, focus. We're gonna start from left to right, top to bottom. So let's get it. Alright, so the first thing you'll notice from the left is definitely the mask. Okay, you see that this mask is appearing right here. Now actually Garuda has created 5 different masks for 5 different aircraft, 2 wide bodies, 2 narrow bodies and 3 wide bodies. This is one of the narrow body, the other one being the 737, another 737-800. So you can see that the mask is very intricately designed. If I can give an adequate zoom. It's a very beautiful aircraft. I mean, you can see the detail on this is just wonderful once I can get the zoom. Okay. Alright, give me a sec. Yeah, but if you can zoom in with 1080p, you can see that the design is rather intricate. The design is rather intricate. I think you have something of woven batik or something like that, incorporated into it. And then moving on, you have your Garuda Indonesia and the Pakai mask here. So the Garuda logo is typical. Then you have the mask, having its bands extended all the way to the here, below 1L and 1R on both sides, and saying Pakai mask here. And then there's actually a sponsor logo over there. If you can't see, it actually says TP. I don't know, I'm not Indonesian, so I don't know the bank. And most likely it's a bank or some sponsor. And if you actually see very carefully the detail of the Indonesian flag being shown there. Now the cockpit is not bad, but once I get into another manufacturer of a 737 for 1/400 scale, you will notice it's very significant. Now you can see there's even minor details with my camera card, so support me on Patreon for that. GFK, which is because, don't think of it the other way, because GFK, most of the 737 fleet will be G, so Garuda and a lot of other airlines do this. Unless you're Delta uses code numbers most likely. I don't know what's the meaning of the code numbers, but okay. Moving on to the wings, you can see that you have the escape slide direction noted, and the big panel here most likely indicating spoilers. Now you can see that the moa makes it quite low. You see how much, because my knife is actually a bulbous knife, so from here it's quite thin, and then as it extends out, it's more bulbous, it's wider. So I push in this little and it's already stuck, means how low the ground clearance is. It's incredibly dangerous, especially if you're those type of people who would have to sway to the side. You keep hitting the engine, sooner or later these mounts, which are very tiny, even smaller on the 737, are gonna fall off. Okay? Now if we move on to the winglets, you get the classic Garuda tail. If I can just maybe use the other winglet because it's easier for my camera. You can see you have the same thing related to here. It's the same on both sides. Then on the other wing you have the spoiler alert and everything, and then PKGFK over there. Then if you look at the top, you have 1, 2. Yep, 2 antennae, and you've got your lights accurately printed on. And then if you look over here, this is the special triangle, most commonly found on Boeing 737 aircraft, only unique to them. I don't really understand, but if you guys are Boeing fans, let me know. And then we move up to the rudder and the elevators, typical, and then you can see the registrations over there. The reason why my camera can't do this is because it's such a small aircraft. It's about, let me give you a size comparison. Okay, this is there, and this is a typical button, as you would see. Right, if I align it just nice, you see, it's smaller than my butter knife, so you get the idea. And then if you actually flip now, I'm gonna flip this the underside. Now you can see here comes some of the minor issues I face with Phoenix. Even though it's cheap, it's not necessarily good. Okay, now you can see on the underside, yes, it has a bulbous lump, if you can actually see over here. There's one big bulbous lump which is actually covered by the color of by the contrasting color of the tail. If I can just trace it out with my my butter knife for you, come on, focus. It's over here. You can see this huge lump here. If I just scrape it along gently, see I make a bump around here, and then it starts here, the middle is around here, and the end is here, and then if you move up front, so these tail bump is actually Boeing 737-800 and above variants, because they are bigger size. That's why you saw when I was talking about the tail, we kept doing this, because it's quite the tail is extended by so much. This happens. Now, as with all 737 aircraft, you can see 1 and 2 antennae, and then one more at the front. You can see the cargo doors intricately placed there. Then I have your rollable wheels. Okay, typical Phoenix style. I would question the ratio. You can see this is so small. The front landing gear is so small compared to the main landing gear, which is like super big, as if people don't know how to convert the aspect ratio of the photo into something like that. And the funny thing is that compared to another manufacturer, which I will not say until I do a video of that, in which I'll be comparing two aircraft, different manufacturers, same type, same airline, then they actually cover this up, which is the wheel well. Now, because the Boeing 737 was meant to be cheap, right, they didn't have any coverings, compared to the previous reviews. You see that there's one big flap of metal by the open gear. Yeah, that is for the to close the gears in properly, to make the aircraft have a nice, smooth, efficient aerodynamic flow even on the underside. But with this 737, people at first said short flight, aerodynamics, nah. So right, the first place 737 MAX wasn't created, ultimately resulting into this, which would have prevented today's grounding. And if you move in, you can see the wheel well is actually covered. So this is covered in like some kind of resin. By right it shouldn't. But yeah. And another issue I face with them is, why is there no in between? I mean, if I give you a perspective of a bird's eye look, right, there's supposed to be a connection between this wheel well and here, so that the suspension, if I use this as an example, this even though short example, suspension can fit in together with the wheel well. But I don't see any. Look at it. Is there any space? 9. Exactly proving my point. So the detail on the Phoenix isn't as good. But again, for the majority of the quality and all, and the quality control and whatnot, I find that it's Phoenix is the reason I'm doing Phoenix is because it has better quality and price, quality to price ratio. I mean, Gemini and Jet, yes, their quality is good also, but the price is sometimes high, and some of the molds aren't exactly good as well. So for me, my best tip to Phoenix is make the gear ratio more even, to be honest. big gear, small gear doesn't really make any sense at all. And also, don't make the ending clearance so low. If I give you the video of the other, like I said, other manufacturer, same airline, same type, different manufacturer, for 1/400 scale, you would notice its difference. And also maybe clear the wheel well from that resin. I don't really fancy the resin. It just looks weird, because would there be like some resin that will be in place for the 737's landing gears in real life? No, exactly. You know, and a line connecting it to the wing for this suspension to be placed in. But overall, nice airline, aircraft, and it's really good. Now, thanks for joining in this review. If you do like this, like and subscribe. Other than that, support me on Patreon. Link is in the description. Other than that, I'll see you guys, and you can check out my other playlists for 737 videos and A340 videos. That's it, and the overall review season I had. Alright, that's it. See you guys next time. Bye.